Why don't we go ahead and get started, and I will let people in if they come in late. You guys pretty much all know Marissa, I'm sure, and if you don't, you will now. She's fantastic. She is our very own dietitian over at ShopRite. We're so lucky to have her, and she came here tonight to present to us. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Marissa.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Marissa, dietitian from the ShopRite down the street, Wallingford. I can't wait to come back to you guys in person. I love your library so much. Hopefully soon. But tonight we are doing a Zoom presentation on healthy and happy weight loss for the summertime. So the idea of this is more about how to lose weight or even how to maintain weight, how to be a healthy person without sacrificing your healthiness or happiness. So this is kind of like how to, not follow a specific diet, how to like not be starving all the time, how to like hate your life while dieting, but still lose weight. That's the best thing to do, right? So I have a little presentation that I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. Can you guys see? Oops, crap. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep. It's white right now, so I don't know what happened to the presentation. Oh, there it goes.
You get it? Okay. I was nervous too.
You're good.
Okay, so today's topics, we're going to be talking about mindful eating, portion control, planning ahead, how to make healthy eating fun, physical activity, stress reduction, how to dine out and still stay healthy, fiber-rich foods and the importance of that, and how to grocery shop healthfully. We'll start with mindful eating. I'm sure you've heard this buzzword before, but mindful eating is kind of trying to stop the whole diet mindset. My biggest project is trying to stop all diets of any kind and trying to make the diet of 2021 no diet. So you don't have to follow a keto diet. You don't have to follow a vegan diet. You don't have to follow plant-based. You don't have to follow, what else is out there? Fasting, anything. Stop following diets. The only diet you should be following is the one that makes you healthy and happy. So listen to your hunger and fullness cues. Of course, this is easier said than done. When we're born, we know when we're hungry and we know when we're full. And toddlers know when they're hungry and know when they're full. That's why they tend to eat like little tiny amounts at a time, because they actually do get full. Then they get hungry quicker because they only eat a little bit, but they're actually listening to their hunger and fullness cues. As we get older, and it doesn't take long, these kind of go away. I don't know about you guys, but there's many, many times in my life where I'm eating for many, many other reasons than I'm just hungry. Sometimes I just want cake. Sometimes I'm bored. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm excited. Many, many, many other reasons make us eat beyond just simply being hungry. So this is kind of like what mindful eating is trying to get back in tune with like that toddler style of like listening to your body. Are you hungry? What are you hungry for? How much are you hungry for? And when are you full? Did you know it takes 20 minutes for your stomach to tell your brain that you are full? You can always eat more after 20 minutes if you are truly hungry. So the best way to manage your weight is to eat when you're hungry, eat a small amount when you're hungry, and if you're still starving after, you can always eat again. But I bet you won't be. Almost positive you won't be if you actually listen to yourself. I'm not saying it's easy. Portion control is the number one thing that we must practice when it comes to staying healthy, maintaining our weight, and losing weight. So there's many, many different options that we can use to practice portion control. Everybody's different. One of my favorites is, it's simple. All you got to do is use smaller plates, smaller bowls, smaller little baby spoons or forks, little tiny cups, smaller wine glasses. This is going to trick your brain that you don't even have to try that hard. but you fill your tiny bowl of pasta to the top, is you're going to be eating a lot less than filling your giant bowl of pasta halfway. It's more like a optical illusion, like a mind trick that helps. If you're type A, like me, I love to like read the nutrition labels, focusing on the serving size. For example, you buy your favorite snack, that's okay. You like chips, don't feel guilty about it. Read the back of the chip box bag. It'll say the serving size. It'll say about 15 chips. So we tend to eat way more than 15 chips when we're trying to snack. But if you stick to the portion control, the serving size on the back of the box or bag, whatever you're trying to snack on, you will not gain weight if you stick to this small portion. Easier said than done, but if we can start practicing that now, putting your 15 chips in like a small bowl, then you can enjoy yourself without over enjoying. Measure your food. You can measure your food using food scales. A lot of times people have trouble with like, how much meat do I eat? How much fish do I eat? Even though it's healthy, we still want to not overeat it. So the serving size of meat and fish is only 3 ounces. So that's why it's important to try to get a food scale and measure how much you're eating. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just more being aware of how much you're eating and how much you want to put in your body that day. Or you can use measuring cups. You can measure out pasta or oatmeal that way. Or if measuring and counting is not your thing, if you're more type B, you can eyeball your portions. There's a little chart in the bottom there, how much about you want to make your grains, a little bit more for fruit and veggies. Protein should be the size of your palm, and oil, like even olive oil, even though it's healthy, it's a lot of calories, only about the size of your fingertip. And then the other side there, we have my plate. My plate shows you exactly the perfect plate every time that you should eat. You do not have to eat like this every time that you eat, but just keep it in mind. This is how we should be eating for the healthiest body. Mostly fruit and veggies, as you can see. Plan ahead. This is so important. So you're not just kind of eating whenever, snacking whenever, especially if you work from home. It's really hard to just, you're just kind of eating whenever. Plan ahead. Plan what time you want to eat breakfast. Plan ahead what you want to bring for lunch. Plan your nighttime snack. Or at least plan how much, or at least plan what time of day you're going to eat your meals so you're not overeating. Make meal planning easier by using a sheet pan. You can cook your protein, carbohydrate, and veggies all in one pan. That'll be like you don't have to do that every night, but a good, easy Monday night thing, Try quicker cooking methods. You can use your crock pot, Instapots, or my favorite is the air fryer. It cooks almost anything in super quick. It's fun. It makes veggies like a little bit more crunchy, which makes healthy eating more fun. Back to planning ahead. Say you're going to a party. Plan ahead for the birthday cake. Don't lie to yourself. You want that cake. It's your grandson's birthday. You're going to have a piece of cake. So without gaining weight, plan ahead by trying to eat really healthy throughout the day, so that you can afford the cake with a little bit less guilt. So that way you're not eating like 3 desserts in one day. You're only eating that one because you saved it for the party. Okay, I have a little video on a recipe on fig tapenade. This is kind of like how to make healthy eating more fun. You don't want to get bored. Hopefully it will play.
Hi everyone, Marissa here from the Dress Family Markets of Southington and Wallingford, here today to make an awesome fall recipe, fig and olive tapenade. Fig is one of my favorite fall fruits. It's really high in fiber to prevent constipation, and it also aids in lowering blood pressure. You can eat it plain, add it to beautiful cheese boards, or make olive and fig tapenade. So what you need is 1 cup of chopped figs, fresh figs, any kind. And then you're going to do 2/3 cup of chopped olives. I'm using green and black, but you can use any kind that you like as well. 1/3 cup of chopped nuts. I have pecans. Walnuts work really well too. Mix this all together. It already looks beautiful. Look at all those fall colors. Then we're going to make the dressing. Just 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of balsamic, 2 teaspoons of my favorite herb, rosemary, chopped, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. That's to taste, of course. And we'll give this a beautiful mix. And now to serve it, I'm using the bakery's awesome little crostinis. All you're gonna do is take one on your plate, grab a little, just like a bruschetta, like a tapenade. Place them on. Top it with a little extra sprig of rosemary. And there you have it, fig and olive tapenade. Thanks, everyone.
So that's like kind of like a way to like make fruit and veggies a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, so that you don't get bored while eating healthy. Another important thing, of course, is physical activity. The American Heart Association recommends to take at least 10,000 steps per day. Each 10,000 steps burns 400 to 500 calories per day. That's like a Neil's donut. That's like a lot. So you don't have to be super anal about how many steps you take. If you like to do that, that's fine. But the goal is to just kind of be a little bit more active and enjoy yourself. You always, when we're talking about what to eat and what to do for exercise, you want to enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, you're going to give up, and that's not good. So types of physical activity that you might enjoy are walking, running, biking, swimming, weightlifting, water aerobics, yoga, chair yoga, dancing, or playing with the grandkids. Anything that gets you up and active, walking the dog, counts as physical activity, a little bit more calories burned. You don't have to go all crazy. It can just be a simple walk or hike. Benefits of exercising: helps you lose weight because you're burning more calories, and it helps maintain the weight that you already lost. It helps stress relief, which goes hand in hand with weight loss. It's good for your heart. It's good for stronger bones, muscles, and joints. And it also lowers fall risks. Stress reduction. This is a hard one, easier said than done. But high levels of stress lead to high levels of cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that slows the metabolism and stores fat. So if you have a high amount of cortisol in your body, it's going to be not impossible, but harder to lose weight. So don't stress out about that. Just try to de-stress the best you can. Everybody has natural stress amounts. Some people aren't as stressed, some people are. But the best thing you could do is these things to try to reduce your stress. Exercise more. Sleep is so important. Meditation, if you like that, but meditation can come in many forms. It can be the form that you're thinking about. It can be taking a walk in the woods. It can be over a nice glass of wine, anything that makes you kind of dive into the moment and not think about anything else except for that tree or that wine. Surround yourself with good, happy people. This one's very important. Whoever you're surrounded with is going to bring you up or bring you down. People, as we definitely know from the pandemic, people are very important. We need people in our lives. So try to get good friends, surround yourself with good people or good dogs, which will always help stress reduction. Stimulate your mind by reading, doing crossword puzzles, art, anything that kind of distracts your mind from stressing out is great. And most importantly, have fun. Thank you for coming to this presentation. That is one thing. It's going to help you be with people and have fun and stimulate your mind. So you're already on the right track. Dining out. How do we dine out and also lose weight? This is the hardest thing to do because when we dine out, we don't want to think about that. We just want to eat all of it. But there are some simple tricks that you can try. Check the restaurant menu before you go. Many restaurants, especially like chain restaurants, for example, Chili's is going to have the nutrition menu online. So you can go in, find the nutrition menu, pick like your favorite entrees. You don't want to eat anything you don't like. And then maybe monitor how many calories, how much fat, how much whatever you're looking for is in your favorite dishes, and pick the healthiest one from there. That way you're enjoying your favorite meal, but you're also not like really going overboard. Don't be afraid to ask the waitress for meal modifications. Be picky. Can I have this grilled instead of fried? Can I have the salad dressing on the side? How is this cooked? How is this made? Can I have extra veggies instead of fries? Rethink your drink. Drinks can have tons and tons of sugar and tons of calories. If you like soda, try to do diet soda. Obviously, water is the best thing that you can drink, but if you drink alcohol, that's okay too. Alcohol is not health food. Don't listen to any of those things that tell you that drinking is good for you. It's good for you in the sense that it relaxes you, makes you enjoy your life, but it's not healthy in a sense. So if you do drink alcohol, try to stick to just one when you go out and enjoy it. Simple switches such as, can I have a clear dressing like balsamic instead of blue cheese? Can I have roasted red peppers and caramelized onions on my burger instead of bacon? Little things. Can I have a whole wheat wrap instead of a white wrap? Little switches that aren't gonna ruin the satisfaction of the meal, but will help you lose weight and make healthier choices, but still be satisfied. Let yourself enjoy one piece of bread before your meal. If your group wants to get an appetizer, don't be afraid. If your group wants bread, if your group wants dessert, that's okay. Enjoy it. Have one piece of bread and then put it away. One piece of bread is not going to do anything to your body. 7 pieces of bread, now we're in trouble. If you want a couple of bites of calamari as an appetizer, that's okay. But overeating the calamari, now we're in trouble. Use the pick and choose method. This is my favorite. Say you're really craving like a burger and fries. Instead of, obviously a burger and fries is not the healthiest choice. It's a lot of calories, a lot of fat, a lot of trans fat. But if you're really craving it, have it, but maybe you can have just half the burger and then all of the fries. Or maybe you want to skip the fries and get a side salad, and that way you can have the whole burger. So you're kind of cutting out a little bit of the meal, but still able to enjoy what you want without it being too much. Fiber. Fiber is very important for weight maintenance because it helps you feel fuller longer. Aim to get at least 25 grams of fiber per day. Most of us do not get anywhere near this. So it's a good idea to check labels to kind of see where you fall. Don't stress out about it, but just see like how much you get in a day-to-day basis. Fiber helps you lose weight because it makes you feel fuller longer, which can also help you eat less throughout the day. It also steadies your blood sugar so you don't get those low blood sugar crashes, which might make you crave like sweets and sugar. So if you eat fiber at every meal, like a little bit for breakfast, a little bit for lunch, a little bit for dinner, that's the best way to keep you fullest and to keep your blood sugar steady. It also, of course, helps maintain regular bowel movements. It helps reduce, under health benefits, it helps reduce the risk of heart disease by pulling cholesterol out of the bloodstream, and it helps regulate glucose levels. So good for diabetes or really anybody. Fiber is good for anybody. What foods have fiber? Fruits, all of your healthy foods, fruits, veggies, whole grains, beans and legumes, and nuts and seeds. Grocery shopping strategies. Tip number 1, try to plan out your meals for the week beforehand. If you are not a planner, that's okay. Try to plan 2 days. Don't overwhelm yourself by planning the whole week. Try to do just like 2 days at a time. That should help. Tip number 2, shop the perimeter of the store to make sure you're choosing more whole foods and less prepackaged foods. What I like to do is do the perimeter first, that you get your good seafood section, your meat department, your dairy section, your produce section, of course, and then go into the aisles to kind of fill in the blanks. Like, oh, like I really need this cereal. That's okay. I need this something quick. I need this prepackaged rice. That's okay. Just as long as bulk of your food is real fresh food, then you could shop in the middle of the store. But as time goes on, there are many, many, many healthy options in the middle of the store too. So don't be afraid. Just try to get the bulk of your shop in like the fresh food departments, except the bakery. Tip number 3, go with a list. Try to be a little bit organized. Go with at least a general list so you're not buying the whole store and impulse buying. Because a lot of times things will just go bad. So now you're wasting money and you might gain weight. Tip number 4, with your list, allow yourself to buy one impulse item. Like, I don't know if you guys went grocery shopping recently, but they were having the Cosmic Brownie cereal. I'm a dietitian and I was staring at it for like 2 weeks. And finally, I'm like, I have to buy it. I tried it once. It wasn't even that good, but I'm happy I tried it. So allow yourself the impulse buy, or else you're just going to be thinking about it and driving yourself crazy. Tip number 5, eat a balanced meal before you shop. This one sounds stupid, but it does actually help. If you're full when you shop, you'll be less likely to impulse buy. Don't go hungry or you're just going to buy like way too much food. Tip number 6, buy pre-portioned snacks to help with weight loss. The pre-portioned snacks are perfect, like the little mini bags of popcorn, little mini bags of nuts. I love it. They are a little bit more expensive than the bulk items. So you can do it that way and buy the pre-portion, or you can buy mini baggies and bulk nuts, for example, and pre-portion your own bags. So it's like, do you want the convenience or do you want the cheaper option? That's up to you, but both ways work for weight control. Example grocery list. Let's see. I won't go too into this, but you can take a screenshot. This is just like healthier items that could help with weight maintenance. Clementines, butternut squash, salmon portions. We have like pre-portioned meat. We have like salmon burgers now too that are pretty good. Yogurt. My favorite is Too Good because it only has 2 grams of sugar, which is the lowest of any yogurt. Chobani is good. I also love Siggi's. Mini muffins. If you need something from the bakery, that's okay. Don't deprive yourself. I like to find like the small things. That way you can have a couple of mini muffins, probably only like 100 calories, as opposed to those big giant ones that can be up to 700 calories. That's a lot for just a breakfast item. Whole grain pita chips and hummus makes a perfect snack as long as you're portion controlling those pita chips. And that's it. So now I'll take time for questions. Let me just get back.
So you guys can type your questions in the chat or you can unmute. Just take turns. I will say that tapenade looked amazing.
It's honestly so good. It was so good. If you like a little recipe. Does anyone have questions? Did you guys learn something? Okay, what are legumes? Legumes are, they are lentils and peas. So they're kind of in the bean category. Peanuts are actually a legume too, but that's kind of more detailed. So just like beans, they have the same benefit as beans. They have a ton of protein, a ton of fiber. So it's lentils, mung beans are legumes. A lot of people make lentil soup or like lentil salads. It's just a different way to kind of get that good fiber from beans. Legumes.
Do you want me to read the questions to you? Is that easy?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of questions rolling in. This is great. Chris says, great info. The meat fish portion was shocking. I always thought it was 4 to 6 ounces. And Joellen asked, what did you say the serving size for meat is again?
So serving size for meat is only 3 ounces. We in America have blown that way out of proportion. I have seen steaks on the menu for like over 20 ounces. It's crazy. So meat is only 3 ounces. If you weigh your meat and it looks like way too small, then have a little bit more. It's kind of more about take what you're already eating and try to eat a little bit less. You don't have to be perfect. So say you're already eating 8 ounces of meat, try to eat 7. Baby changes, but the portion size in America is only 3 ounces.
I've heard some people say they've gained weight in the last year. I think that was everyone, including myself.
Everyone, including me. Like, I get it.
Melissa wants to know advice for cutting back on afternoon coffee or sugar in the coffee.
Sugar in the coffee. Coffee is okay because coffee itself only has maybe like 5 calories. So as long as you're healthy, that's okay. But the sugar definitely adds up. I love to use stevia. If you like stevia, the new one is called monk fruit. So monk fruit is just like stevia in the sense that it has no calories, no effect on weight gain, no effect on your blood sugar. It's made from the monk fruit, which is like an Asian fruit. And it actually tastes even closer, really similar to actual sugar. So it's not as sweet as like stevia. It's like actually just like sugar, and you can find it in the baking aisle. So that's what I would use.
What about people who just want to like lower their coffee intake but don't want to deal with the like withdrawal? Is there any way to like slowly do that?
I would say just trying to cut back slowly. You can kind of replace it with things with like a little bit less caffeine, such as like dark chocolate. Like sometimes people eat a little square of dark chocolate instead of one of their cups of coffee because it has caffeine. So it won't be as bad of a withdrawal, but it has a lot less. But you have to watch that too, because even dark chocolate has calories. So you don't want to overeat that too.
How much is a good amount of sugar in foods such as yogurt or fruit juice?
So the daily recommendation of added sugars per day, so this is not natural sugars, this is added sugars, is only 15 grams of added sugars per day. So you can kind of go through your day and like see what that looks like. We don't want to, unless you have diabetes, which this topic is not about diabetes, we don't care about fruit sugar or lactose, milk sugar. So that's all okay, as long as you're not overeating it. We only care about the added sugar, the stuff that manufacturers put back into food. So try to stay under 15 grams per day. So if your yogurt has only 2 grams of sugar, now you have 13 grams left of added sugar. So if that helps.
Can you comment on sodium limits per day, also caffeine and decaf?
A lot of caffeine questions. Sodium limits. Sodium is really important for lowering your blood pressure and good for your heart health. So the recommendation is no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day for people that have high blood pressure. And then for people who are healthy without heart problems, you want to do no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. So 1,500 milligrams if you take like a blood pressure medication, and 2,300 if you don't and you're just trying to control it. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. We eat a lot of sodium in America. You have to watch out for other forms of sodium, such as bread, cheese, sandwiches, obviously cold cuts and like prepackaged frozen foods, but even some healthy foods like cottage cheese has a lot of sodium. So just be on the lookout.
Any advice on how to turn sugar cravings?
It's not gonna go away. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're a human, you're gonna have a sugar craving. But the things that you can do is don't deprive yourself. If you like sugar in the afternoon or you like sugar at night, try to have just like a little bit every day. Sounds crazy, but if you have like a little piece of chocolate at 2:00 or something, I'm talking little piece, it might cut your sugar craving so you're not like depriving yourself. Or if you like ice cream, maybe try one of those like little 100-calorie bars or something. Eat it really slow, enjoy it, and then put it away instead of going straight for the pint. So my idea for like cutting out sugar is like try not to cut it out, because one day you're going to eat a whole cake. You don't want to deprive yourself. So enjoy what you enjoy in moderation, small amounts.
In your opinion, are there benefits or risks of a vegan diet?
It depends on what you're looking at for. So the benefits of a vegan diet would be for heart health. So you're not going to get as much trans fats, not as much saturated fats that we do in our meats and cheeses and butters. So if you're eating vegan or plant-based, you're going to get a lot less of that artery clogging fats. So the best benefit for the vegan diet when it comes to a health standpoint is heart health. And heart health is still our number one killer, so it is very important. So if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, heart attacks run in your family, that's a good reason to go more plant-based. The bad thing is you have to do it right. You have to really plan it out. You can be vegan and eat Doritos and Oreos. Doritos and Oreos are vegan. So if you're eating crappily as a vegan, it's not going to help you at all. So if you want to go vegan, you really have to do your research. You can come see me and talk to me. We can plan it out so it's like healthy. You have to eat like real food, a lot of nuts, a lot of seeds to make sure you get enough protein. The only thing you'll be missing if you go straight vegan, I'm talking like no animal products at all, is you're going to be low in vitamin B12 eventually, but you can take a pill for that. So it's not a big deal.
That's all the questions in the chat. Does anybody else? Oh, there we go. Never mind. How do you take advantage of your dietitian services at ShopRite? I live in the New London and Norwich areas.
So I'm going to type in my email, which is the best way to contact. I do in-person consultations. I just restarted. If you're vaccinated, I'm vaccinated. I do them in the Southington ShopRite or in the Wallingford ShopRite. But I also do virtual consultations, which will probably be forever for people like that live far. So I do phone calls, I do Zooms, I do WebEx, FaceTime, whatever's easiest for you. And it's free, so you have nothing to lose. So wherever you are, I can meet you. I'm going to write down my email in the group so you can contact me. Fern.com.
And if there are topics you would like to have Marisa come talk about next time, you can throw those in the chat or you can send me an email later. Help
For sure.
If there's stuff that you want to know.
Okay. There's my email. So yeah, if you email me, we'll just pick a time that works best for us. And it's super easy. You have nothing to lose. We can do weight loss. We can do diabetes. We can do heart health, whatever you think, whatever you want.
Laura says, I love the recipes that are online from ShopRite.
Aren't they great? Are you talking about the recipe shop? The recipe, if you go online to shoprite.com/recipe shop, you can find a bunch of our recipes. They have a meals made well section that's run by our like corporate dietitians. So it's all like better for you meals. And they're more fun. Thank you. Because again, you don't want healthy eating to be boring. You want to keep it interesting, easy, but good.
Topics for next time: sorting out the varying diets for health, like keto, paleo, etc. Maybe we can talk about that.
Sure. Definitely. I'm going to debunk them all though.
Hi, buddy.
The best diet is no diet.
How about foods that help decrease anxiety? Can we do that anytime?
Yeah, that's been one of the most popular topics this year. Foods that decrease anxiety, foods that make you happier, foods that boost your mood, foods that decrease depression. That's an easy one. We can definitely do that. It's fun.
Hi, Ernie. Oh, shy. Okay.
Foods that are good for dogs. I actually don't know much about that one.
Foods that decrease inflammation. So yeah,
we can definitely do that one. That's a good one.
All right. Well, thank you, Marisa. And yeah, as always, that was great. And we'll see you soon again, I'm sure.
Yes, for sure. Thank you guys so much.
Bye, buddy.
Bye, Ernie. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming. Always email me whenever you need to.